Welcome to the Waterloo City Council Finance Committee meeting. Roll call, please.
Mr. Nichols,
Here.
Mr. Greider,
Here.
and Mr. Foyce.
Here, may I have a motion, please?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as proposed, as well as the minutes of the December 4th, 2023 meeting as proposed.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. First up, travel requests.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Nichols.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the following travel requests. First is for Quentin Hart, Mayor, for the U.S. Conference of Mayors meeting in Washington, D.C. between January 16th through 20th, 2024, amount not exceed $3,900. Next is for Officers Rillapaw, Nichols, A. Bovey, and Schaff, Sergeants Wilson and Holscher, Lieutenant Gersh, and Captain McClellan. It's for the Glock Armorers Course in Olwine, Iowa, on January 11th, 2024, amount not to exceed $2,120. The third is for Lieutenants Gersh, Sergeant Wilson, and Officer Nichols for the Rifle Armorer certification in Ottumwa, Iowa, between February 13th and 14th, 2024, amount not to exceed $2,300. Number 4 is for Sergeant Holscher and Officer Rillapaw for the Rifle Armorer certification in Eagan, Minnesota, between May 2nd and 3rd, 2024, amount not to exceed $1,850. And finally, for Justin Speaker, ICT Foreman, Kevin Kunzling, ICT Technician, and Alan Fett, ICT Technician, for the NFPA 70E OSHA Safety meeting in Van Meter and Waterloo, Iowa, on January 23rd, 2024, amount not to exceed $1,095.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. If is technician, is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, on the Van Meter, Waterloo.
Yeah, on number 5. Just make sure that's spell checked.
Yeah.
Technician.
Yes.
Well, the location, sorry, the destination I was looking at.
Oh, I was looking at the top one. So.
That too.
Yeah. Okay, we have a motion, the second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, for taking all of them, or you want me to split them up?
I can do it.
All right, Mr. Greider, will you take the pre-authorizations to expend over $2,500?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks.
First is the Airport Department in the amount of $2,600 plus $270 shipping and handling, and that's for a set of 4 Michelin tires for snowplow number 15. Next is building maintenance in the amount of $39,973, and that's for security door access for city facilities. Next is the central garage in the amount of $2,876.98 plus $200 shipping and handling, and that is for an ABS valve module for fire truck number 121304. Next is central garage in the amount of $8,209.60 plus $500 shipping and handling, and that is a replacement auger and bearing for a 2019 Snowgo. Next is the central garage in the amount of $24,176.36 plus $1,000 shipping and handling, and that is for a gripper arm for a New Way refuse truck. Next is central garage in the amount of $4,157.85 plus $200 in shipping and handling. That is for a hydraulic cylinder for motor grader number 190801. Next is central garage in the amount of $2,927.50 plus $500 in shipping and handling, and that is for a replacement hydraulic manifold for refuse truck number 152003. Next is central garage in the amount of $4,079 plus $500 shipping and handling, and that is for a rebuilt transmission for central garage service truck. Next is the fire department in the amount of $7,096.70, and that is for a Lexipol continuing education annual subscription renewal. Next is the human resources department in the amount of $6,213, and that is for the wellness fair biometric screenings for employees. Next is the Human Rights Commission in the amount of $8,000, and that is for the MLK Freedom Bus Tour 2023 educational outreach for civil rights. Next is Leisure Services in the amount of $15,000, and that is for advertising through On Media for the Cedar Valley Sportsplex. Next is Leisure Services in an amount not to exceed $29,000, and that's for equipment parts from various vendors based on price and availability of parts. Next is leisure services in the amount of $4,250, and that is for the Cedar Valley Sportsplex. We'll be giving stocking hats to members for the Sportsplex 10-year anniversary. Next is the MIS department in the amount of $12,106.29, and that's for video management server. Next is the police department in the amount of $8,200, and that's for 4 non-lethal pepper ball launching platforms, equipment, and instructor certifications. Next is the police in the amount of $9,396, and that's for 6 new marked patrol car radar units and equipment. Next is the sewer department in the amount of $4,456.55 plus $500 shipping and handling, and that's for a replacement check valve for Lagoon torch line. Next is the streets department in the amount of not to exceed $19,000, and that's for rebar needed for various concrete projects planned in fiscal year 2024. And finally, building maintenance in the amount of $8,630, and that's for integration of roof line lighting on Waterloo Convention Center into lighting program of 4th Street Bridge, Expo Plaza, and River Loop Amphitheater.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Budget line items to be amended. The first is to approve the budget amendment to increase the interest and sewer usage fee revenue lines by $700,000 total and increase the chemical and gases and machinery and equipment expense lines by $700,000 total for satellite rebuild as submitted by Waste Management. 27 is to approve a project budget for golf advertising with use of hotel motel funds that were awarded in August 2023 as submitted by Leisure Services. 28 is to approve a project budget to increase Sportsplex advertising by $15,000 to use discretionary hotel motel funds that were awarded in August 2023 as submitted by Leisure Services. And 29 is to approve the budget amendment to increase reimbursement for service revenue line by $75,000, increase steel, iron, and metal supplies, minor equipment and supplies, and concrete and aggregates expense lines by a total of $75,000 for concrete work planned during the fiscal year as submitted by the Streets Department.
Second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. For other committee business, Mr. Nichols, will you take that for me, please?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'd like to approve a request approving a refund for Baltimore LLC on property located at 611 Johnson Street, Apartment 2, Waterloo, Iowa, 50702 for previous owner's special assessment bill consisting of water fees of $69.60, stormwater fees of $32.83, and sewer fees of $87.97.
Second.
Motion has been made with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then finally, for bills payment for December 11th, 2023, that amount is $2,235,491.05. And for December 18th, 2023, that amount is $6,935,725.26. Make a motion to receive, file, and forward to the full council.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.